You know guys, before I start today's video, you guys all remember this one very specific tweet from Nadia, right? The thing about the MW 2019 Part 3 hype and how it's overrated and all that. Look, I'm not gonna lie, I kind of agree with what she had to say, but I don't know what possessed me to say this, but yeah. And well, this resulted in me getting blocked, so Nadia, you hate to see it, guys. She could have been the scat mistress, but anyways, guys, today we got to talk about skill-based matchmaking one more time, okay? And I say one more time for a very specific reason. I personally don't like talking about skill-based matchmaking. I get tired of it. It's kind of boring to talk about nowadays. I've had a lot of SBMM videos over the last month, and so has pretty much every single fucking content creator on the platform. And you might have seen a lot of people talk about it the other day, which I unfortunately missed because I already posted a video by the time all that news came out about skill-based matchmaking finally being addressed by Sledgehammer Games. And all I need to say right now up front is you're fucking welcome. That's right. You're goddamn welcome, okay? I'm not gonna take credit for any of this. I'm not gonna say any content creator is gonna take any credit for this. What I will say though is, for how long have people been waiting for an explanation or just for skill-based matchmaking to be addressed simply by the developers since MW 2019? We're getting close to like 4 or 5 years since that game came out, and nobody has talked about SBMM. Nobody has talked about the specific matchmaking that they use in their games. And finally, after so many years, after so many complaint videos, after so many people bitching and whining and moaning and groaning and all this other shit, finally Sledgehammer Games confirms that they're going to be talking about this. I'm sure you guys have already seen this tweet from Doug Dimmadome Warzone, but he says, breaking. Official statement from the Call of Duty team regarding matching in SBMM and COD. Potentially the first time they've ever publicly spoken about it. And they go on to say, we know there's a lot of interest in the matchmaking experience, especially around how skill contributes to how lobbies and matches are put together. Nothing is more important to us than the experience players have with the game, and matchmaking is a big part of that. We've been working on our matchmaking system for well over 10 years, and we continue to spend a ton of time and energy on improving the matchmaking process. This involves people working at our Call of Duty studios, our back-end services teams at Demonware, and other groups like our Player Insights team. It's a large effort that we've worked on for many years, and our approach combines latency, search time, and skill, along with many other factors, to try to find the best match experience for you. Talking about this topic in detail can be hard, and we haven't spent the time to pull together all of our work to share with you our insights and improvements over the many years. We're looking forward to doing that in the coming weeks after Season 1 launches, and we'll also make it a part of our ongoing discussions with the community. Now, I'm not too sure if this is coming out from somebody from Activision or Sledgehammer Games, or if this is being directed by anybody to do with Microsoft because of the acquisition recently, but all I gotta say is I'm actually happy about this, okay? Now, there are so many different ways this can possibly go, and there's a lot of different narratives that you can make about why they're even doing this, and personally, just from my experience with Call of Duty, they're not down to do anything very drastic unless something's seriously wrong with the title that they just put out. I mean, we got COD 4 remastered because of the flop and a half of fucking Infinite Warfare. We got an absolute overhaul of World War II after the post-launch sales of that game were dog shit. Cold War was given a Treyarch last minute because Sledgehammer Games and Raven Software were throwing their fucking shit at each other like a bunch of chimpanzees in a zoo. And MW 2019 Part 2 was originally gonna have an extended DLC that was scrapped last minute and turned into a premium title, as if that was ever gonna be a good idea, and here we are again. Activision has not talked about the sales for this game, and we wonder why. It's probably because the game's not doing too hot. And just before Season 1 comes out, in the buildup of hype that they've been going on with all of this other shit that they have going on with Season 1 about the new maps and the new game modes and Warzone and all this other shit, now they want to talk about skill-based matchmaking. It's just kind of funny how that works, and while I'm happy that they're finally doing this, it kind of sucks that it took this much pressure for them to actually even acknowledge this. And again, I'm not gonna be one to take credit for anything, but I will say a lot of us content creators that some of you gooch lickers have been crying about in the comments section, talking about, oh, why are you complaining about skill-based matchmaking? It's a skill issue. You fucking morons. If it weren't a big issue, then they'd have no reason to talk about it or acknowledge it or address it in the future, but guess what? They are. You know why? Because a lot of people were complaining about it. And you want to know why people were complaining about it? Because it's as thick as Lizzo's fucking fat ass going on the back of a golf cart with Cardi B in the fucking front, tipping that bitch over, okay? Like, it is that thick. It is very noticeable. But enough of that. Guys, there's so many ways this could go. I know they mentioned this about like, oh, it's a combination of latency, skill, and all these other factors. No, that's a bunch of fucking bullshit, okay? Like, let's not beat around the bush. We know what it is. We've experienced it for like 5 fucking years in a row. We can literally compare search times to games previous to MW 2019, and there's a night and day difference. We have COD titles that have been out for like a fucking decade, and you could find matches quicker on that with like a population count of like 4 digits faster than you can in a new game that just came out 2 weeks ago. And you want to tell me it is not about skill? Come on, man. Like, you need to be fucking ignorant on purpose to believe that. And hold on, let's not forget this, by the way. They could have addressed this like last week when they were talking to that content creator, but for whatever reason, they were told they weren't allowed to talk about it. Now, I don't know about other content creators, but the Scadmaster himself called out so many people in that video. I called out Activision, all of Sledgehammer Games, the developers in the call, and even the content creator that participated in the interview. Because who the fuck goes live and has the opportunity of a lifetime to just ask the question? At that point, their response is on them. All you need to do is ask the question. Let it be known, let it sink in. And the dude couldn't even do that, but fuck it, whatever, it's water under the bridge now. Now the developers are finally gonna address it, and what are the chances that they actually say something like, oh, we realize that a lot of people don't like it, there are a couple of flaws, we're trying to work on it. No, the likelihood of that happening is not very high. What I can actually see happening is them saying some bullshit about, oh, well, we actually do take into consideration your latency, your internet connection, where you're located, and then skill. No, no, no. Guys, when this finally gets addressed, I need you guys to be able to see through the lines, see through the bullshit, okay? Understand what is a PR statement and understand what is the fucking truth, okay? Because there's a difference. PR statement is saying, yeah, it's a combination of all these other factors. The truth is, it's mainly the goddamn skill, and then everything else maybe is included, slightly. What I need a lot of people to do right now is actually just use critical thinking and reasoning and logic when they hear Sledgehammer Games or Activision talk about skill-based matchmaking. They may not even call it skill-based matchmaking because they don't want to admit it's skill-based. And when they give out this answer about, oh, well, we still use latency as a factor to determine what lobby you get into. Guys, please take that with a grain of salt. I can already see the gooch licker saying some stupid shit like, see, they said that ping is king. I don't know why you keep on complaining. It must be a skill issue at this point. Fucking imbeciles, man. Oh my god. Just understand what is PR and what is not. Okay, that's all I need to say on this topic about this. And I do need to remind you guys that we should be pressing even harder on this topic, on this issue, on many other issues too. This whole AI bot shit that's going on, we might as well have anybody talk about it at this point over at Sledgehammer or Activision because it is stirring up a lot of controversy in the community. But in regards to skill-based matchmaking, this is finally the opportunity that we've had to really press on an issue and get a legitimate response. Get some actual feedback given to them and see if something can be done about it. Because if they just give you the explanation and you're like, oh, well, okay. No, we don't need an explanation. We damn near know everything there is to know about the fucking matchmaking system. We've had people literally test it out. And I'm not talking about rant channels like myself or Blame Truth or 8 Thoughts or anybody else like that. I'm talking about actual intelligent people like fucking Drifter and Exclusive Ace. Look, the Scadmaster's good at talking shit. I'm good at shooting straight. I'm good at shooting bodies, okay? Like, I'm good at all of that. Exclusive Ace and Drifter, they're good with the logistics. They're good with the data and the statistics and all that other shit. I trust their word more than I trust the dev's word when it comes to skill-based matchmaking. You know why? Because for so many years we've been talking about it and they've literally ignored us. There's no reason to ignore us if your matchmaking system is based on something logical. Because think of it this way, if you're a developer and you've known this entire time for the last 5 years that your matchmaking system is not not entirely based on skill, and it's perfectly ethical and reasonable and logical, then why wait 5 years to address it, you know? You must be hiding something. There must be a glaring flaw or issue in your matchmaking system that has prevented you from even acknowledging it. So I'm telling you guys right now, when they give us the answer on whatever it is, however they want to address it, that is not the end of the topic. That is not the end of SBMM. We need to keep talking about it, keep talking shit. I don't care if you want to make a rant video, if you want to make a dick sucking video, do whatever you want to do. Keep addressing it, keep talking about it. Put the pressure on the developers and Activision to see if any changes can actually happen. Because it's one thing for them to address it, it's another thing for them to actually do something about it. And just in case you don't know what's wrong with SBMM, as if it's not fucking clear as day, 99% of your lobbies being engulfed in just competition and sweat and all this other shit that you don't want to deal with day to day, game to game, it's an issue, okay? I don't care if you want to call it a skill issue. I personally have no trouble competing in this game. You've seen my gameplays, I play perfectly fine, I do good very, very often. It is not about how good I am, it's about how exhausted I get eventually of doing the exact same bullshit over and over and over and over again. On top of that, now you want to talk about this whole ping shit. Why am I on 90 ping and my shitter ass teammates are on 5 ping and they're going 3 and 44? Why is the enemy team, who is supposed to be my equal by your guys' logic, how are they worse than me but they're winning gunfights based on the fact that they're on 10 ping and I'm on 100 ping? It happens all the fucking time. There is a skew to your ping depending on how good you are. This is no longer an opinion. This has been proven by data, okay? It is no surprise that over time, people get fucking annoyed. And you also throw into the equation the whole armory system thing, man, where wins actually do matter now. And you have teammates who think they're the main character and they don't hop flags and they shoot fucking hurricanes. Literal pissers, okay? Like, the Scadmaster has lost many, many, many matches after having the most kills, the most score, the least deaths, the most objective time, the most caps, the most defends, all this other shit, and we still barely lose because my teammates are a bunch of Infinity Ward fans. A bunch of MW 2019 fans. It's very obvious to pick them out. You can literally tell who the biggest MW 2019 fan is in a lobby. Hopefully this is not just PR bullshit. Hopefully this is not just to generate hype for the new season, because this could be one of the most underwhelming answers that we've ever gotten in Call of Duty history. Or, potentially, depending on the community's reaction to this could be one of the turning points in the franchise that might set us back on track. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about this. Do you think anything's actually gonna change about SBMM after Sledgehammer Games and Activision addresses it? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Toodles.
This ain't in my body.